Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah! Yeah! Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah!
And there's outro videos too.
Yeah,
Let's
well, don't do that now.
go!
Don't do that now. But konbanwa, friends. Hello, and welcome to Otaku Cafe. As it says, the too many season finales. I had to put that title in because of our main events. This is technically the season finale and the award show next week for a two-parter. And the breaks don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I am Matt, aka Mr. Kosio and head chef, and to join me, my other Kosio, my whatever you want to call him, my co-hide, the douchebag.
Your on-air boyfriend.
Yes, exactly. Even how you doing?
I'm all right. Good to be back. Good to be back. I missed you guys.
Yeah, you were here because you had your birthday. All the celebratory.
Well, you know, to be fair, it was my birthday, but then also like it was Lost Lands weekend, and so I chose to not watch any anime and just get drunk and watch fucking dubstep videos the whole weekend. So hey, you know.
Oh, that's good. Well, did you have?
I caught up. I caught up in exactly 3 days. 3 days I caught up. I've watched 13 finales, 16 shows in total over the last 3 days.
Yeah, we had some pretty great finale. We have one great finale. That's going to be later.
Oh yeah. I
think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah, some were fun, a couple were bad.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about those too. I want to show you my gift that my best friend Carl.
Yeah, show me your gift.
Can you tell what this is?
It's from Demon Slayer.
Yeah. She gave me a whole fucking what's it called? Cosplay prop fucking sword. You want to laugh? So I was shocked when she gave this to me. I truly, honestly was shocked. I did not expect it. It's one of the best gifts I've probably ever gotten from a friend for an event, right? And so she gave it to me when I go to her bar because she's a bar manager. And, you know, I didn't want to play with it because I don't want to arouse suspicion in a public facility. So, like, I was like, all right. But then the drunker I got, the more I was like, I want to play with it. So I pull it out. And I try to do, like, the whole thing where you take it from the sheath and you just shing, like, you just do it like that. But I didn't have a full grip on it the first time. This fucking sword flew out of my hand across the bar, literally hit Carlina's boyfriend, hit me, hit the chairs, and I was laughing because we were joking prior to this, and I was like, "Could I sharpen this?" And they're like, "Yeah, in theory, you should be able to sharpen it." So then after that happened, my boy, her boyfriend, was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to practice with that a lot more before you even think about sharpening that."
My goodness. Oh boy, and more boy Nelly.
Yeah, buddy. I got a toy.
Oh boy. But let's get to the show. But I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday festivities and almost killing someone with a sword.
No, it was a good time overall. You know, I spent that Tuesday of the podcast, I spent it with my family, recording, and then celebrating. And then Saturday, I had a birthday dinner and then had a house party and got drunk. But I was home, so it didn't matter if I got drunk. So
nice.
for the win. Shout out to anybody who's watching who attended. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the many birthday wishes from all my friends and family.
That is wonderful to hear. But let's get to it. Yep. Few news. The video game Deca Police is getting a TV anime in 2026. The people developing it is Level 5. No synopsis or anything like that. I don't know the video game, so really cannot say. So good for those people that do.
Well, it could be like Scarlet Nexus, which was trash, or it could be like Nier, which ended fucking brilliant. So
yeah, that'll be our co-mains.
Yeah, buddy.
But Senpai is Otokonoko is getting a movie sequel on Valentine's Day, 2025.
Interesting.
Dangers in My Heart is getting a movie adaptation. It's gonna basically kind of recap what happened with new clips, and we'll get original content after. Basically, their relationship after the confession.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be nice. Wistoria, Wand and Sword is getting a season 2.
Hell yeah.
Grand Blue is also getting a season 2. I think the first season was in 2016. 2018. So 6 years later, it's getting a season 2.
True.
Let's see. The Monoke lecture logs of Shuzenji Sensei. He just solves all the mysteries. It's getting a TV anime in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Singer and songwriter Sayuri passed away at 28.
That's bro. Like I can't. She said a long-term chronic illness. What the fuck could that possibly be, dude? Like, I can't fathom it. That's batshit.
From July, she announced that she was being diagnosed with a functional voice disorder. That was where she said she would be taking her break, and we
never got her back, unfortunately.
No, and she got married in March of this year.
That's even worse, bro. Like that's got to be preemptive. Like she knew like she was diagnosed with something terminal, and she just like, all right, I want to get married. I want my husband to get like benefits for being married to me, and then knowing like that's fucked.
Yeah,
that's
she made songs from Erase, Scum's Wish, one of the Golden Kamuy seasons, Sing Yesterday for Me, Lycoris Recoil, season 4, My Hero Academia. But that was just sad to hear. And
it is.
So condolences to her husband, friends, family, loved ones, colleagues, Jesus. Like what more can you say? That's too soon.
It is too soon, but you can also say she lived a hell of a life that some people will never get to fathom experiencing at that age. So,
right,
it's a bright side for you.
So may she rest in peace in that.
Indeed.
Let's see. Reincarnated the Slime is getting a season 4 and another movie.
Joy.
Oh, joy. But the big news, a couple days ago, it was Frieren's 1-year anniversary. And they announced that season 2 is finally in production.
Woo!
And Madhouse will once again be behind the studio animating it, so
woo!
A win all around. No one knows when it'll come out. I'm going to assume late 25 or early 26.
I'm gonna guess winter 25.
So I would say
winter 26. Winter 26.
I'll say 4 months is gonna be ready in 4 months.
Sorry. Imagine we can only imagine that show would go to shit if that was the case.
No, take your time with this shit. And the fall season has begun. Well, it starts officially tomorrow. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, one of mine did start on Sunday, but I'm going to talk about them when we actually talk about the season.
And mine supposedly started on fucking Monday, I think, or Sunday, but then fucking they're like, oh, it's not going to come out till Friday. I'm like, what? Okay, thanks, High Dive.
I guess early for Japan.
Yeah, early, a week, damn near a week, basically on the Nokotan schedule. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Also, real quick for Tower of God. Apparently, this season is done. It has its own catalog for the next one.
Yes, I saw that too. But you know, it's peculiar. On Analyst, it is not, but on Mal, it is.
Yeah, they just added it, and actually, someone explained why. Because basically, since it's technically like a new title, like its own thing, that's why it's its own catalog. So just Tower of God Season 2, like this has like an actual title. It's the workshop battle and all that. That's their reason for it. It has happened a couple of cases, not a lot. This happened for Shikabane Hime, Puneko, Crypto Ninja, and Shugashara.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if it has like a new title instead of just Season 2 or Season 2 Part 2, like Core 2, it's its own title. Again, rare, but they decided to do this for Tower of God for some fucking reasons. For some damn reasons.
I don't like it, but it is what it is.
I don't, but well, it's not going to be on my list anyways.
What do you mean?
It didn't make the cut for me. It didn't make my 13.
Oh, you mean the lit? Okay, I think you mean like you're not gonna watch it.
No. The part one didn't make it on anything, so.
I guess in theory, so in theory, I can put Tower of God then.
If you want, yeah.
Because I mean, technically it's a continuation. It's just a different title. I feel like just putting it as like a whole.
Either way, I'm still going to do it as a whole, but even if I did count this, it wasn't going to get shit.
Really?
No.
I mean, bro, if I put Tower of God in here, I'm putting it at like 13.
I'm sorry, that shit sucked to like the last 2 to 3 episodes.
Nah, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, we'll get to it later. Get to your finales.
I mean, Chris covered the majority of them. Did he not?
You got Slime and you got Cross-Dressing Senpai.
He didn't watch those.
In the finales happened after we recorded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Slime, right? Okay, we'll start with Slime. Basically the festival's over and things like that, and so they kind of have like a meeting basically where they try to break everything down and they start planning for the future. And basically it's more world building, which is the MO of the season in essence. And basically they start going over some of the grand plans. We see I always forget their names because there's so many damn characters in that show. But the current enemy, which is basically the Eastern merchants, they're planning their own move. Basically, rumor at the beginning of that episode kind of stopped their original plan, which, as we remember from the beginning of the season, which was basically trying to like bankrupt them through like internal bullshit and strife. So he stopped that plan, told the guy to fuck off, and he told all the merchants who worked for him, basically, you're never going to come in this town again, so you guys can fuck off too. So he did that, so that was cool. And then, like I said, they went over the rest of the plans. They went over building the new train. They went over like they're basically, in essence, right? If you want to sum up Slime, especially this season, these are the next steps for them becoming a global power. They're no longer just a strong country. Like they're starting to become an actual global power. Like if you were to think of how global powers in the real world came to be, it would be the way that they're doing in the Slime, which I do find is pretty cool from that instance. But outside of that, that was really about it. Just, setting things up for the future. The finale, the actual last part said, like they kind of gave some foreshadowing. They're like, oh, we're anticipating something. And then they're like, true to form. About a month later, they received a letter from the Western, I guess, council or something that basically wants them to join the council, even though they're independent now. So I imagine that'll be either A, how the movie starts, or B, how season 4 starts, is addressing that supposed letter that they received about a month as they close out the season. So in all, it was an all right season. It's definitely a downgrade compared to where it was before. I would definitely say that. Realistic, and I wrote this in my review that I'll post sometime next year by the time I get to it. Realistically speaking, the first 8 episodes or so, I don't know, like I'd say maybe 8 or something like that, were really solid. Exactly why we love Slime. OP characters, OP fights, awesome fights, really like plot-driven fights, right? Not fights for the sake of fighting. And that was awesome. And then the remainder of the season was world building. And while I appreciate world building, realistically speaking, right, it felt like a drag. There were some parts of the world building I just flatly didn't care about. Their attempts at humor didn't land at times with it. And so while I appreciate the principle of the story as it pertains to how everything else is going to unfold as the seasons go on, it definitely was a step down from the previous season, which was focused on Walpurgis, and that was absolutely great from that piece. And even season one as they were building it, because again, fights, there should have been more fights in some capacity somewhere. And even in the back half, when we did get some fights, they were comedy based, and it really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because we want to see Rimuru and his merry band of OP motherfuckers fight. So I gave it a 3 in general, but if I were to actually give it the real score, I would probably give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just want to mention as well, I was going to save this for the finale, but since I have the stage now, I will say this, so I don't have to mention it in the finale. Realistically speaking, had Slime been, had I been able to count Slime back in spring, it would have landed in my top 13. And I can assure you that Slime is not in my top 13 this go around. And that says a lot, considering, I really do. I do like Slime. I like Slime. It's got its drawbacks. Like I said, too many fucking characters to remember. But outside of that, it's a really in-depth story and provides intrigue. And again, OP fights, OP characters. It's a good isekai. It is a really good isekai compared to like the same mundane bullshit that we get. That bullshit came from shows like Slime that actually did stuff differently when it first debuted. So, the fact that it was such a downgrade definitely does upset me a little bit, but in principle, it's kind of wild. Like I said, I would have put it in my 13 in spring, and now it's nowhere near my 13 here in summer when it's all said and done as a collective of 24 episodes too. And you should, and I think for the most part, all of us here at the show, we value 24 episode seasons and give them their props, because there's a lot more to chew on. There's a lot more to be able to pull through in most instances, right? Even if it's not high, we still end up with 24 episode seasons. More oftentimes than not, we put it on our list. And the fact that this one didn't show up is really telling in terms of how much of a downgrade it was.
Yeah. Dave, for CW, you gotta check your channel guide. I have really no idea. Unfortunately, we are not watching, but you can come here later with the replay. We will not
I meant to put that on in my background too.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm sure I'll see the clip of the machine guns.
Let me put it on, and I'll get my thing so I can mute it. Okay, moving on. Otokonoko. So Chris didn't cover last week since he doesn't watch the show, right? So
no, he does.
He does watch the show. Okay, so he did cover last week.
He didn't watch the finale.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't watch the finale because it happened after.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay, so realistically speaking, so we back up to where Chris covered the show. I imagine we leave off basically after Makoto basically confronts his mother and tells him, like, this is who I am. Like, I want you to be open and honest. And she damn near has a heart attack. And low-key, I was really hoping that she would have a heart attack, but that's fine because I hate her. Yeah. But in any case, she's recovering in her room, and his father walks in, and of course Makoto's really upset. Like, he didn't want to hurt his mom. He didn't want his mom to fucking die, in essence, right? So then his father's like, don't worry about it. Everything is okay. He's like, I'm gonna need you basically to, he's like, you should visit your grandfather. And he's like, I have a grandfather? And he's like, yeah, you do. And he lives here, and you should take the trip there, and you should find out about who your grandfather is. And then we proceed to get the backstory of Makoto's grandfather and how it relates to his mother. And basically his mother was one of those people that was really into fashion, really, big, weaponized heart attacks. What's it called? Really big into fashion, really big into things. Like, literally as soon as like something became like the standard, she would throw it away and move on to the next thing. But then on her way home from, I don't know if it was school or work, she would always end up seeing some like random person in like a back alley surrounded by women, and that person would always be wearing the stuff that she had just thrown out. At first she was like, oh, that's a coincidence, okay, and then she kept seeing it with like a ribbon and then like nail polish and things of that nature, and they're like, what the hell? So she finally walks up to that person one day and gets a good visual, and it's basically her father dressed in drag, basically taking the stuff out of her trash and wearing it. And so she confronts her father and is like, oh, like, why are you doing this? Why are you wearing my stuff? And he basically tells her, like, I was jealous of your freedom, I was jealous of your happiness, I was jealous at how cute you looked. And basically this kind of set up a thing like, oh, like, you know, fucking like my dad is like gay, he's a cross-dresser, like fuck that, I don't ever want to be like around him, like things like that. And so her mother, his wife, tried to, like, you know, console her for what it was worth, and then she ended up passing away for whatever reason. And so in the end, basically, she tells her father at her funeral, like, okay, well, you know, now that mom is gone, you can live your life the way you want to live, and I'll never see you again. Have a good life. And she never sees her father again, basically. And so the father, as we get back to Makoto ends up meeting the grandfather, and the grandfather has long hair, but he still wears his beard. And it turns out, like, in his new life, he ends up being a dressmaker, and he makes really pretty and cute dresses. Makoto's really like, oh my god, this is so cute, things like that. And his grandfather's very open, very liberal, like, you know, do what you want, feel how you want, things like that. Like, he was gawking over a dress, and he's like, do you want to put the dress on? And he puts it on. He looks like a wonderful girl. And he even has a next door neighbor who's into that type of stuff. She's into fashion, and she like dolls up his hair. Like, he doesn't have his wig, so he dolls up his hair with like a little pin. So he's got like a short little bob. Like, he really does look kind of cute, right? And he goes out into the snow with his grandfather, and basically he you know, sees himself in the mirror. He is just gawking at how gorgeous he is, right? Not in like a vain way, but he looks really pretty. And then he gets flashbacks of his mother, and basically says, like, I don't, you know, I think I should go back, I don't want to get the dress dirty, so we can take it off. And his grandfather proceeds to basically collapse on the floor, and he's like, what the fuck? And his grandfather's like, I don't care if the dress gets dirty, do what you want. And he just decides to make snow angels, right? Because he's doing what he wants. And he just proceeds to, like, you know, talk to his grandson. And Makoto asks, like, do you ever miss, you know, my mother? And he goes, a little bit, but, you know, it is what it is. And he proceeds to tell him, which is actually some pretty good advice. He's like, sometimes you need to throw away some important things in order for you to protect the most important thing, no matter what. And that sticks with Makoto. And basically, you know, everything's all well. He couldn't go back home, by the way, because like it was snowing, the trains are out, he's in the middle of nowhere. But eventually the snow cuts off, he goes back. Throughout this whole thing, by the way, we have what's her face, Aoi and her mom, as Chris went over. Everything is all fine and dandy with them now. They have a girls' trip. Really nothing of note, just seeing Aoi happy from that perspective. He even sees Makoto on the train and things like that on the way over to wherever they're going. So that was cool. But in any case, we flash forward back to when Makoto gets home, and Makoto basically again confronts his parents, and he answers the question at the beginning of the season that's posed by his father. His father says, "Do you want to live like as a boy or as a girl?" He says, "I choose neither. I want to live as myself." And he gets that from his grandfather because he's living as himself. He's like, "This is who I am. I'm a boy. I like things girls like. I enjoy cute things. I want you to accept me. And I refuse. I'm selfish. I refuse to not get anything else." And the mother has come around a tiny bit, but she's still very conflicted. And so he asks his mom, let's go shopping. And the mother's like really apprehensive about things. And then the father's like, that's a great idea. So takes them over to the mall, drops them off at the mall. They proceed to go shopping, right? And the very first thing, as soon as he drops them off, the mom is like, oh, are you going to be okay? Like, are we going to be okay? And there was one comment that somebody made as they were driving, like, wow, that's a big girl, like tall. That's a big girl. And it freaks out his mother. But for the most part, nobody else pays attention because nobody cares or nobody realizes. So they proceed to go shopping. They have a great time. Things are well. And again, they have another conversation. And she just basically kind of expresses, like, this is weird. I don't know how to feel. You know, I want you to be happy, but at the same time, like, I genuinely feel that you won't be happy doing this. And you know, they have a little bit more of a conversation and they move on. Meanwhile, while this is happening, we get Ryuji speaking to Makoto's father. And now that the secret's out and everything's there, Ryuji goes, hey, I want to show you something, to his father, and sends him the pictures from the trip. And so then at the end of the day, basically, you know, they have like a good conversation about things. And we get to the nighttime, and Makoto's mom and dad are together in the bed, you know, just talking. and he goes, honey, I want to show you the pictures that Ryuji showed me. And we see pictures from the trip, and he's happy, he's laughing, he's enjoying himself, he has friends, and all these things that his mother, bless you, his mother believed like wouldn't happen because Makoto is choosing to live as a cross-dresser or as trans. It never came to fruition. He's happy, he's content, he's himself, and the mother begins to bawl. And that scene ends with the father saying, our son is okay. He's more okay than we ever gave him credit for. And so then the season ends officially with basically Makoto going out to school. He's dressed as a boy. He's going out to school. And his mother says, hey, I want to one day go shopping with you again. And Makoto begins to sob because he turned his mother around. His homophobic mother turned around and is more opening and accepting of him. And that was a very nice end. And then the actual show ends with them all together on the rooftop having lunch and everything. They do like gift exchange from their trips, and everything's all fine and dandy and happy. So I thought that was a splendid end, and the principle of him like slowly turning his mother around and accepting Makoto for who he is, which may be trans, maybe just for sure cross-dresser, TBD. I thought that was really nice and a really good story. And like I had mentioned in the past when I did the reviews prior to me skipping a week here and there, Otokonoko, sorry, that tongue twist. That it came on strong in the back half, and the story really fleshed itself out the more it got serious. And although I always story with her mother and her dad, that was really nice. This takes the cake because again, the principle of this is very not appealing. What's the word I'm looking for? Really it hits home, right? It hits home. It's relatable. It's relatable to those that have those type of, either concerns or live under that perspective, right? They live under that microscope, that sword of Damocles, so to say, in terms of their abilities to, be free, be themselves, be out, be true to themselves, and have to worry about people snickering or opinions or hate and things of that nature, worrying about their friends and their family and their all of that. And so if anyone who's part of the LGBTQ plus ABCD community, throw that in there. Regardless, if you're part of that community, at the end of the day, I think you'll find the show very relatable to either your struggle or someone who who's affected by the same struggle from that perspective. And I thought in terms of the overarching story that tells, that redemption piece, especially as I mentioned previously with Makoto's father being so supportive. And a lot of people don't get that. You don't get one parent that's supportive, let alone two. And the fact that in the end he's got for sure one supportive parent, he's got a supportive grandfather, and he's now officially turned his mother around to be more open to this reality of their child is wonderful. I gave it a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we're not watching right now, so I don't know your TV situation or where you are.
I'm trying to find it. I don't think I have CW. If I'm being frank, I might not have CW. I was surprised. I have True, TNT, TBS, True, USA, Sci-Fi, Comet, Comedy Central. I don't think I have CW, which is wild. And I'm not going to pay an extra $20 just for CW to watch NXT. So,
oh boy,
how unfortunate.
That is a shame, actually. Damn.
Yeah.
So I might not have it. Well, that's Hulu TV. I might have it.
To be determined, sir.
Yeah, I'll have to check later. Yeah, I only got one show, so.
Wow, I'll be damned.
Yeah, because most of mine ended.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Beginning of Core 2, so new OP, new ED. They ain't bad. Basically, Lilisa is getting fabric for her new cosplay, and Okamura has bumped into Noah, who is this the new up and comer cosplayer who was number 4th in the Rising Star rankings, while Lilisa was number 5. And she had like an angry face when she saw Okamura. Doesn't say why or anything like that.
Mm.
Also, but you find out she is shy as Max. Like, you remember that that girl from Black Clover, that Gray. You remember Gray?
Yeah.
Kind of like that with the shyness.
Is it over the top like social like Gray?
Yeah.
When you really think about it, Gray is like Komari, except worse.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not the annoying parts of it. So I'm hoping that calms down when they eventually become friends. But that's also to be determined. Noah aggressively gives Lily a pamphlet as for a cosplay event in like about 2 weeks.
Mm.
But from Noah's perspective, like she wanted to befriend her, but she doesn't get why her facial expressions are like that. Like why am I like this type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't said a word. So Lily basically took it as, oh, she challenged me to a cosplay duel or something like that.
Mm.
But it's for one. It's like for one of the Cinderella games, and they're like, oh, you really can't be you can't be Lilisa then if Lilo if it's a Cinderella fan. Oh no, they Show and Jump did a promotion with that character, so I'm gonna do that version. It's like, oh, okay, all right, sure, you can do that, cool.
Mm.
But then we get to Noah's perspective again, and it's more of she never really made friends because whenever she expressed her geeky self or the stuff she didn't like, people called her weird for it. So that's why she's like, okay, fuck you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want friends, but at the same time, the last time I had them, it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to stop that, and whenever she does try to talk to Lilisa, she doesn't talk. Has a bit of an angry face, boo-boo job face.
Mm.
And she sees that Lilisa, yes, she sees that Lilisa is friends with like these top cosplayers, Mayuri and Naroi. So that shit, like, wow, she ain't gonna need me. Like, what the fuck? I feel it's like I'm nothing compared to them. Like, damn.
Right.
So she does. So they get dressed. She's like, okay, maybe they like, okay, maybe we can change together. But as Lisa was going to his empty spot, Noah had that angry face, like, "Urgh." So okay, I'm gonna change over here. They're like, no, not like that. Fuck. God damn it.
Boo boo job face.
Yes. So they get the cosplays on. They look terrific. Noah wants to get up the courage to ask to do it, take a photo together. Fortunately, that does not happen. The fans around them are like, "Oh, is this a duel? Ooh, what's going to happen?" And they see Noah turn away. It's like, "Ooh!" And she's even ignoring her now. The disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these guys are making it worse. These people around them. But Lily actually asked her if she wanted to do a photo together, but Noah actually runs away. So the only one that noticed her body language and all that was Okamura. So Okamura, the episodes of Okamura actually stepping outside, actually talk to Noah like that. Hey, are you okay? Type of thing.
No, I'm not.
Well, no, we'll find out Friday for that. So,
Well, all right.
but that's it for me. That's it for me. So let's get to the.
If only every season was like this, huh?
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's shame that it's only like near the end or at the very beginning when not everything has already.
Everything's debuted, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, let's get the ones that did not finish first. Let's start with Autry.
I didn't like this episode.
Grandma's a dick.
Yeah, Grandma's a bitch. I didn't expect that. I mean, I kind of did a tiny bit, but not
yeah,
to that.
but that like very cruel.
Yeah, not to that degree whatsoever. That was very out of the blue.
Yeah. But Autry has her memories back, and apparently it was set up so when she was in that pod in the first place, the memories would be gone. But if you put her back in here to charge up, the memories come back, and that's how she remembered her final order. And the final order is she has to go to Eden.
But isn't that so convenient, right? It's so convenient that like she's been in there for well over a decade, you would assume, right? She's been in there for well over a decade. She's been charged the whole time. You let her go, and now not only does as soon as you put her in, it's dead, but we learn more shit later on, and it's like, oh, that's just so convenient. So convenient. Like, talk about
No,
more
sorry,
shit?
that was reading what Chris was saying.
Oh,
But anyway, so basically they have to find Eden, and this is where she'll get that final command, last order, whatever you want to call it. But don't know where it is. Oh, it's somewhere out there, out in the sea, out in the sea,
out yonder.
out yonder. So they go there. It's just water, and Audrey's like, "I found something. What'd you find? A crab. We're gonna kill the crab."
Crab?
Yes. They do that, no luck. What you call it? Natsuki has a fury. Like this happened when it was like at a fog. So maybe that's like a hidden map. If we do that, then it'll pop up. And it's like, sure, go ahead, go try it.
Fuck around and find out.
They tried that.
They fucked around and found out.
Yeah, nothing. Also, this is when the kids found an important clue. Not the little children.
Hey, more power to them.
Yes, they are. In exchange for this, we have to go with you.
Okay.
Take us lost to sea.
Okay.
Yep. So they do that, and they found something.
What'd they find, Matt?
It gets really freaky. Like it's like a parallel world of where they were.
Well, first off, they found an underground fucking water spout, so that was pretty interesting. And by the way, that water spout, that CGI was awful.
Yeah,
that was bad CGI. I was like, wow, didn't expect that.
It's like this. Okay, this is my grandmother's dude. Like she just wants to kill you.
Yeah, well, you know, it's to kill anybody that found out.
I mean, like, it's just she just wants to crush your ship.
Well, basically, the grandma's like, well, my grandson's not a pussy.
He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
He'll be thinking about me this entire time.
But they get up there. They get sucked into the water, this vortex. Yeah, again, it looks like where they were in the dock, but it's like different. It's like vines, mold, whatever you want to call it.
Real trees.
Yes, nature. So he wants to go look for Atri. She's kind of like offline, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. She's just sitting there.
She's in power save mode, probably.
Power saving. Natsuki wakes her up.
Wake the fuck up.
Wakes the fuck up. And of course, they tease, flirt a little bit. Unnecessary right now, but. So they're walking around. They go inside. They see another pod. Natsuki goes up to it. Said, "Let me read it. Let me say, do you have to go in here? Hold on." And he immediately goes, "We're leaving." Doesn't say why, just we're getting out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
And of course, the hologram comes up, and it's the grandmother.
Bachan. And how is Bachan?
Where are you going, motherfucker? You want to save the world? Well, you got to get rid of that robot. And the only way to get rid of that robot is you put her in that fucking pod. If you put her in that pod, she's going to preserve this ecosystem. Save everything.
Yep. But
she was destined to lose her memories and everything in 45 days. It is day 42.
Yeah. And no, she was destined to because she wrote a program to fuck this robot over.
Yeah. For the 45 days she was alive when she woke back up. And now she has 3 days. So either you don't go in there, you lose everything, you can keep everything, but you're basically gone forever in this pod.
It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. And you know what I'm expecting now, which would piss me off even more? A hologram of the mother saying, I'm so sorry, Atri, in my death, I really thought about it and you were right all along and I treated you like shit and I realized that my mom.
But it's not gonna fix her.
And I'm sorry.
It's not gonna fix her.
It's gonna be something stupid, bro. Like I'm anticipating the most stupid thing.
Yeah, Natsuki turns off that hologram saying, "Fuck her." Now we're going, and the episode has Atri saying,
I don't want to go.
I'm gonna get in the pod.
Oh my!
And it's like, what the fuck?
Like literally, this show is creeping up. I'd be like, oh my god, it might make 13. Holy shit, what a comeback! In this episode, fucked it.
Well, yeah, it's gonna depend on where it ends.
It's close for you now, and I had a feeling it was gonna be in your list. I didn't know where, but I knew you liked it a lot more than me. But
it was in my mentions.
my God, even then, bro, like this episode was such a like a. It felt like, honest to God, it felt like a dick kick because it was like I really was enjoying the show these last few weeks. Realistically, I felt like if you would have ended the show right at like the previous one in episode 11, I think that would have been perfectly fine and it would have made the 13 no problem. But you have to extend the story because there has to be some sort of ending.
Because you have to talk about her final order because that was the main thing in episode 1.
Yeah, and it didn't hit. It didn't hit for me, dude. I was very disappointed.
I was like, become a kamikaze pilot. It's time to go to Hawaii. Go to the ships.
Oh my God, for real, dude, right?
It is time. You must remember the mission.
Fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not a fan of this episode at all.
Nah, but moving on, My Hero Academia.
You know,
go ahead.
I'm so, like I wrote in the chat, I'm so over this trope. I'm so over the, like, I know you were a mass murderer, but I still love you.
Again, with Angel's point, it had to do with the father-son type of thing. Again, it is technically their fault. They made him that way. So that's them trying to atone for it. If it was Toga all that, if it was Toga all that, sure, fine, fuck her, let her die.
He killed hundreds of people just like Toga.
But let's see.
If that was my child, I don't care. If it was me and my child had to kill me, do it. Just do it. Just fucking kill me, son or daughter, or they, whoever you are. Fucking do it. Golly, I mean, it was a nice episode, but just I'm really over the trope of like, you know.
I know you hate.
I still love you despite the fact that you're a mass murderer. No.
But yeah, more or less, this was about Dabi. Before that, though, All Might tells Todoroki and Ida, say, hey, your brother's going to blow up. So instead of trying to fight All for One or trying to get to him, go stop that. You're the only one that can. And Ida is the only one that's fast enough to get there in time because he's going to do it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they traveled fucking super far, supersonic.
Yeah, he broke out his engines on his legs.
Your engines are jammed. It's been raining, dude. I'm cooled off. Let's go.
Yeah,
he had that Brock Lesnar bounce.
He's got to go to a mechanic after this for his legs.
I'm surprised they didn't fucking just rip out of his fucking calves.
I was expecting that visual.
You're expecting the calf.
And yeah. Because but what about All for One? Oh, we got one more strong fighter left. I'm like, who?
Yeah. Guess who?
It's All Might. He's going to fight.
Fucking Might.
He's gonna fight All for One. Quirkless and all.
Bro, did you see All for One's face? He like almost looked like he jizzed himself up in the air. He was so like excitedly like.
Yeah, it was like, oh, good, we get to finish this for real. Because he's the only one that did major damage to All for One out of all these reincarnations.
Yeah, in effect.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Iron Man against All for One.
Iron Man against All for One.
Iron Might. I'm sorry, Iron Might.
Iron Might.
Yes.
Iron Might.
So yeah, but we still got like 2 to 3 fucking episodes. So I don't know how they're gonna do all that, but
dude, I don't know either. Is this really counting for? Is this really counting for summer? I guess.
Yeah. And it's a week after, but yeah, because it's the Olympics. We're giving them so many delays.
Oh, the Special Olympics.
Yeah, because we would have been done. But they had 3, maybe 4 weeks off because of Olympics or some special programming.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, the General Olympics. Yeah, the General Olympics did that.
Yeah, not Special Olympics.
Oh no, I'm because the Special Olympics I believe are still going on right now. So that's why I haven't heard anything about it, but I think it's somewhere within this range. So that's why I was asking, like, oh, is it getting preempted?
Oh no, it was the regular Olympics.
That was not a shot at special people, dude.
But on the other hand, Dabi's getting ready to explode, and where he's positioned is going to basically get rid of the evacuation site.
Yep.
So no one can escape. It's like a planned phase. He's going to take people down, and more innocent people will die.
I don't think it was planned. I just thought it was just stroke of luck.
That probably is it. But nowhere to go, no one to stop him. So the only one that is their first running towards him is Endeavor. So he gives him the hug, like he's gonna go down with him. Like he accepted his fate. You know what? Fine, we go together, father and son.
Mm-hmm.
While fucking Dabi, his mind is kind of like fucking Broly saying just Kakarot, Kakarot. But we see some ice, and around that edge because it is the mother.
Yep.
Dabi's mother. Trying to help out because she also wants that forgiveness.
I'm sorry.
Again, they all created this monster.
I'm so sorry, son.
But because of the heat and the cold, she's basically getting fucking frostbite, third-degree burns.
It's fucking ridiculous.
So, of course, the rest of the siblings come in. The older daughter, the older brother, the older sister. They're trying to help out. They're all getting these third-degree burns.
Yep, all of them.
And then we get to fucking Todoroki and Ida, supersonic speed. And of course, Ida crashes the plane into the street.
Yep.
And fucking Shoto rolls over because can you make it over here? Like, it's 2 miles away. You can make it.
Usain Bolt ran.
Yeah. Fucking ran that. Perfected his hot and cold technique.
Yep.
And got basically trapped in this bubble while he blew up. And it exploded into snow.
That was a beautiful explosion.
It was. No. How they animated this was great.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And Dabi is basically frozen solid, like frail.
That's
definitely going to jail.
Should have just be done with it.
But nah, he's definitely.
He's literally saying to his parents, "I hate you." He sounds like fucking Anakin Skywalker. I hate you.
I love you too.
Die. Literally, I'm not exaggerating, folks. He's literally saying this to his father, his mother, and his brothers.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But that, more or less, that was how it ended. We still have 50 fights to go.
You know, realistically speaking, right? Outside of me hating the trope, in terms of the season, I've enjoyed the season very much, right? It's just with realizing
I like 6 better.
I still like what's it called? 3 and 5. I still like 3, 4, and 5 better than 6, but you know, even so, like it's still a good season. It's just
it's good. My main problem is that there is so much shit going on. There's a lack of focus on where they go. Like it's all over the place.
And that's fair, but just for me, like knowing that it's not over, they've built this up really well for it to like this should be the conclusion. And it's not.
Yeah, no.
And it's not.
Yeah, we got basically
it lost points on my 13 because of that. It genuinely did. It lost several points on my 13.
Yeah, it was already low on mine, so
that's not gonna be on yours at all.
It's probably my mentions, and that's it.
All right.
But moving on, our last non-finale. Otokonoko.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy. Who wants to get traumatized?
Me!
Who wants to traumatize children in a cemetery?
Me!
That's right. Especially that bird. That bird really wanted to.
Bro,
that bird had a mission.
That bird had a mission. It carried out its final mission.
Yeah.
Unlike Atri.
Yes. That crow had a purpose. Had a purpose in life. Basically, it started with, by the way, I brought a Kane. Hope that's cool, Kana.
Bro.
Sure, fine. Like, yeah, it was my idea. Why did I open my fucking mouth? Fuck. It's cool. I wanted to fuck you, Aqua. Maybe during break, but yeah, you can bring your girlfriend. It's fine. Yeah. And Akane's going to Ruby, and Ruby's like, "Can I call you One-Chan?" Like, yeah, stab the wound, twist the dagger. It's fine.
Slice down.
Like I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm coping.
Everything's Daijobu.
Yes, everything's Daijobu. I'm tied up my simple plans playing in her head. How could this happen to me?
She saw the cliff and she was like, "My turn."
Yeah, I'm gonna push her. But they travel in, and now they get to the Aqua goes basically to head home sweet home.
Not really.
But it's nothing but bad memories. Jesus Christ. But
Mhm.
but kind of want to spend time with Aqua, but she can't yet because Komachi V has to for the music video. Also, the song is done. The demo reel is done. Sounds nice. I'm sure we'll hear the whole thing tomorrow. We would think. But so
Sounds-
Aqua and Akane, Aqua showed Akane around.
Yep.
As if there's a certain house they have to stop at.
Gotta go somewhere. Where are we going?
Say, well, someone I knew here. The Amamiya's house. His old house, before when he was a little boy.
No, when he was alive still.
I'm saying like when he was a little boy as a doctor.
Oh, he's a little boy doctor. Okay.
Yeah. When he was a little boy doctor.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. He talked about the tragic backstory of his mom, of his shitty pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the mom at childbirth. The dad is a scumbag.
Yep. Boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Sounds like his situation now, but
Oh, you don't say.
yeah, and basically living with the grandparents here. Grew up, he was gonna be a doctor. And the grandma's like, "Oh, you're doing this because you help people out like your mother. You're such a good boy." Like, yeah.
I just look at pussies.
No, fuck that.
I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
No, but he wanted to help people, but of course, he failed. Serena, or as we know now, Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Giving her that false hope. Like, oh yeah, I'll marry you. Sure.
Well, I mean, it's not impossible.
She just has to know it's him.
It's not out of the realm.
Once she knows it's him, it's over. But that happens. Aqua's telling that kind of the story. Oh, 50. I was like, oh yeah. So question: if Stefan died 15 years ago, would they find the body? Well, it depends. If no one touched it, sure, you just see the bones. But there was animals, then it might be scattered. So it might be hard.
Well, guess I'm never gonna see me again.
Yeah, it was like, and I kind of like, oh, he's looking for his lost puppy 15 years ago. That's so cute. He's like, yeah, sure, it's puppy, sure.
Yeah, long lost animal.
That's not what's going on, but sure.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, baby.
Come out TV. They're filming stuff for the music video. I kind of had a really cute smile. I like that. Like at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
They're filming it. Aqua and Akane get back to the studio. Of course, Memcha is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be later because I'm just turning 18. I have no curfew. Yes.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, you're 25.
Shing, shing, shing. Stab wounds.
Yep.
All the girls get stab wounds in this episode.
Yep. And it's like, oh, great. All right, that's a wrap, guys. But Memcho, you could stay, right? Because you're over 18. You don't have a curfew.
Yeah.
Yep. So Akane and Ruby are gonna get the room together, while Aqua, he's gonna stick around. We don't know what he's doing. He's gonna stick around.
Yep.
Look around more. I guess look for his old body. I don't know.
Yep. And then we get our crow.
Yes, and this little girl that has the crow surrounding her.
Yes, we do get that too.
Yep, we get that too. This crow, like a dick, took Ruby's home keys.
Yep. By the way, before you continue, I did spoil what happens in the next episode because I was so shocked over this. So I spoiled it for myself. But one thing I did not spoil is who the fuck is that girl? I don't know.
Oh, you'll see soon.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Yeah. But then while they're chasing this crow, trying to get the key, Ruby has a spaz in her head. What will happen? She reunited with the sensei. We can finally get married now. I've been watching you from the sidelines. As she asks Akane, hey, how much of a age gap is too much of an age gap?
10 years or more.
Well, it's gonna be well, guess what? There's someone here that I really like.
Yeah, you're gonna meet him.
You're gonna meet him right now. Maybe you'll meet him tomorrow. Maybe you'll meet him tomorrow. Maybe he's still here. Or maybe he ran away with some fucking hussy. Who knows?
But he always has my little badge that says Aqua or not Aqua, fucking Eyes #1 fan.
Yep. And they see a shrine. The crow goes into the shrine, and then Ruby's
With
like,
house
"Hey,
keys, because they're chasing after house keys.
yeah, to get back to the hotel room.
We've got it trapped now.
All right, so let's go in here." Then Ruby's like, "Hey, I see something." That Kai's like, "Let's go back right now."
Yeah.
And what they see is a dead body, and not just any dead body, Ethan.
It's got a doctor's coat on.
And it's got the badge of what Ruby gave to said doctor.
I's #1 fan. They
So
found
it was
his...
Goro's lifeless corpse.
It was not even
And-
lifeless, bro. It's just bones.
Yeah.
It's a skeleton. They find his
And
skeleton.
that twinkle in her eye is slowly fading away.
And turning black.
Yep, she's finally getting her black star.
She finally gets her black star.
Yep, so that's going to be fun tomorrow.
So, I'll tell you off air if you want to know.
Sure.
Okay. Nonetheless, when you think they can't get better, or you can't get worse or better, depending on how you look at it, good old Oshinoko comes through.
Yep. They like to pull that out from time to time. And this was that time. It was time. That was the time.
I mean, this show is so confused. Sometimes it knows when to pull out. Sometimes it knows when not to. You never know.
Yeah. A lot of pull it out. That's how a lot of these happen. A weak pull-out game. Speaking of weak pull-out game, our first finale, Love is Indivisible by Twins.
Oh, we're on one today, boy. I love it.
Yeah. Pick up where we left off. Naori wants to spend the night with June. June's telling her no. Say, "Oh, why not? You owe me for ditching me. It was your idea." "Yeah, because I knew I was going to get this, so give me."
It really hurt that you actually went along. It hurt that you actually listened to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is my payback. Like, you're losing points for me now, already. You're losing some points for me.
you lost a lot of points in this episode.
I was with her until that. I was with her.
I never was. Aren't you glad that I never jumped on the bandwagon?
You know what, Ruby seems kind of innocent now compared to you.
Oh, you don't say.
So, okay, yeah, fine. You can come over. Like, but you're sleeping on the couch. All right, but I'm sleeping on your bed.
What do you mean?
Guess there.
Hey, you should take a shower.
Yeah, yeah, you go first. It's okay.
No, you go first.
All right. He gets in there, and then all of a sudden you see the door open, and Ari's like,
Lights
"Hey."
off.
I'm enjoying you. I'm gonna scrub, yes.
Well, I'm gonna get out.
No, you can't. It's rude. It's improper to do that.
Doesn't it feel nice being naked together?
No, no. Not like this. I told you. I'm choosing neither of you. Guy, move. Get a restraining order. Go far away from these two.
Bro.
Both of them. That's the best option.
Bro.
Why'd
you leave me in the shower, June?
Because I did not want you here. I didn't fucking want
I'm
you.
a guy, and you're hot, and I refuse to hurt the other girl.
It's like, oh, what's the big deal? She dated both of us. It's okay.
It's your fucking virginity.
Yes, that you could have here. Like, no. Don't want you.
Bro, imagine if this was like one of those fucked up animes where like he does actually fuck her and then like proceeds to fuck Rumi, and then Rumi is like, "You did this with Naori first, didn't you?" You know how heart crushing that would be?
Yep.
Holy shit. That would be fucking heart-stoppingly crushed.
But now it's time for bed. Of course, Naori's on the bed.
Yep.
They kiss.
Yep. Well, first she puts her boobs on his chest, on his back. And then
like, hey, why won't you look at me?
Right? Where's your
something.
hand? Put your hand here.
Yes.
In between my legs. Scoot up. That didn't really happen, but that's literally what Naori was like, "Oh my god, please touch it. Please touch it.
Yep.
I cleaned it just for you."
And he's like, please stop. Right now. Stop it right now.
This kind of, this it legitimately reminded me of like when we have these conversations of like, oh, the hot girl that like, or like the girl that wants to fuck, but you don't want to fuck, and she's insistent on fucking, and you're just like, no. and just like all the just inappropriate like shit of like people that are pushy when it comes to fucking.
Yeah, it's Ruka from Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or
no, Ruka's better than Naori. I'm sorry.
Or,
Ruka is better than Naori.
Or Rumi from Rent a Girlfriend.
I thought you were gonna say Saki from Girlfriend.
No, Saki is just an angry bisexual. That's it. She just beats people up. That's all she does. She doesn't want sex. She doesn't romance. She just wants to beat people and grub titties. That's all she wants. She's just mad that they want Naoya and not her, and she's taking that on them. They like, why him? Me.
Flat is justice. That's why.
Yeah, so yeah, no, we don't know. We don't want you. You're too angry. You're too get angry.
That's great.
But next day after the kiss,
yep, nothing happened.
Yeah, June is getting scolded by essentially you.
Yep.
And the scold is basically you as an anime. And he's like, "Did you do something?" Oh, and of course, as soon as he mentions the kiss, he just gets up out of his chair, starts to walk away. Like, where? Why are you leaving me?
And then proceeds to, oh, and by the way, I did get in the bath with her naked. And he runs away, and then the fucking guy follows him.
He's like, nope. And the people around him were like,
what the fuck is going on?
But the drama's not done.
Oh, far from it.
Because, it's not just the kids' faults. It's the parents.
Yeah.
The parents are like, hey, let's go on a weekend. Camping trip.
All of us.
Bring the kids. Bring the kids then. And I think, was it Rumi that invites him?
Who?
That invites June?
No, Rumi wants to sleep. Rumi, without realizing what happened with Naori, wants to sleep with June, like in that bed.
Yeah. But it's like, hey, come to this camping trip. Like, do I really have to? Like, well, parents invited us. They really want to do it. They want us there.
So let's drink and talk about how I want you girls in our family.
Yes. That's what they were doing. They have a dinner thing. They have a barbecue thing. It's nighttime.
Yep.
The kids are talking together.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to be all bosom buddy to June.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, hey, Rumi's like, hey, June, you want to go somewhere together? And I was like, hey, I'm going to invite myself. I was like, no, you're not doing that. You had him last time. It's my turn. Well,
June's like, nah, I like both girls. Come on, let's all go together. The moms go to sleep. The dads are drinking, talking about how they want their kids to be together forever and ever and make them grandbabies.
Yep. So as that happens, it leads into now are we going, hey, June loves me more than you, right?
The fuck, bitch?
I was like, the fuck you said? The fuck you said?
Excuse me?
Like, I'm not the little sister anymore. You can't do that. I hate when you call me. I hate that we're related.
Yeah.
I make actual moves. The Ruby's like, hey, I made actual moves on him. What did you do? Was that, I like him and did jack shit.
It was great. This was like Jerry Springer in anime.
Yes. And one sister gets slapped.
Yep.
And then the other, after fighting over June, and June's trying his hardest to break him up.
And he proceeds to get double slapped.
Yep. And for some reason, that made them stop.
Because poor June boy is hurt.
And it's like, June, it's kind of your fault. You got in the way. What the fuck? Let us fight.
Whip your dick out. We'll make it up to you.
So this is what he's really trying hard on. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me decide on my own. Just be friends with me, for fuck's sake. Calm down a little.
I hope he gets with Naori's best friend. She's the best girl out of the bunch.
I would Shayna, yeah, she definitely should be with Shayna.
Yeah. The other girls?
100%.
Yeah. You got that girl, and then you have the other girl, the guy, the Gyro.
You talking about the brown hair one?
I was talking about the brown hair one first. And
Kamadake.
Yeah, them two. One of those two girls. He should be.
Yeah. I think they'll be a lot healthier.
It would be.
But of course, they do a temporary ceasefire, and during the credits, they're kind of arguing for him. Hugging his arm, tits pressed to his arm.
Yep.
And faithfully, no season 2
yet.
No, this is fucking stupid. I fucking hated this.
So this won't make me 13.
I fucking hate this. They are the blandest fucks in terms of rom-com this season.
Are you serious?
Yes. Outside of the drama, I didn't give a fuck.
The drama is what made the show.
I know, but outside of them fighting, I didn't give a fuck about them. June is also a weak protagonist. You're like, you know what? Be alone. Like, dude, be alone. Fuck, you have like no personality. Shit.
What do you mean? He's a really good guy.
Yeah, he's the white meat baby face that no one gives a shit about.
Nothing wrong with Ricky Morton, okay? There's nothing wrong with 1984.
He's Brandon Cutlet.
No.
Still fucking
no.
Okay, but yeah, outside of whenever the sister conflict, it was just boring.
I enjoyed it.
I gave it like a 3.
Just a flat 3.
Yeah.
I gave this I think I gave it a 3.75. I gave it a 3 on Analyst. And I gave it I think I gave it like a 7 or something maybe on Mal. I don't know.
Yeah, on Mal it's a 6.
Okay.
Again, just fine. There's some stuff, but the overall is just
Do you know what I appreciated though? Like, and I don't know whether it was an update with the subtitles or whether it's actually like that in the manga, but like the all the new gen kid talk, I actually appreciated in this show. They definitely went like above and beyond with that shit. And also, what I wrote, one of the things I wrote in my review when I finished the show was the fact that, like, for what it's worth, I think it's really cool that they pulled out so many different things from pop culture, from historical like pieces and things of that nature. It was multicultural as well, with different cultural like sayings from Naori and June and things like that. So I really felt in terms of like, because they're so smart, I think that does like entail itself a little bit to the appeal of the show. We're going to talk about our main event, and that's going to be the one that basically, probably the way you legitimately feel about this show is how I feel about our main event.
Yeah, I don't know. Makeine, had it was a little lower. Like I could really 8.3.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Next finale, Tower of God. This was an okay finale.
No, which finale?
Tower of God.
I thought we just talked about Tower. No, we didn't talk about Tower of God.
Yeah, we talked about how basically the next arc is technically different.
Oh,
but really not a lot happened. Just Kun side and Bam side getting ready for this workshop battle.
Yeah, basically, Wegman was just like, oh, like what's it called?
Yeah,
he was basically upset about things, but he realized like, oh, our team sucks, period, and now we don't have our
so Kun gave them an anime training arc. Say, no, you guys are basically 100% to win. Just follow my leads.
Yeah.
Like any team I'm on has been absolute, except for when I had fucking Rachel and fucking killed my guy and stabbed the other one in the legs.
I thought Dan was crippled. Like I thought to see him.
No, she just stabbed him multiple times, faking that she can kill his spirit. Like he's just gonna be like how she was.
I thought she did that specifically to like cut his ability, like like cut arteries and cut like nerves and shit, so he can't run fast ever again. So I thought he was gonna be in the wheelchair. They were like, oh, because Dan is like, oh, she wanted to see what I would do without legs. So this whole time I'm thinking, okay, so now he's going to be the one in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
But he's walking around pretty good.
But on the other side, Kang's alive.
Well, they said he was going to revive him. That's not surprising.
But I was like, oh, before it's too late. And turns out, it wasn't too late. Oh, yeah, he's alive. Cool.
I mean, if they could make Bam recover from instant death with whatever that special power that they have is, I'm sure
I was like,
done Kang, right?
No one's ever truly gone, I guess.
Unfortunately.
Whatever that fucking Star Wars saying is, that made me hate it. No one's really gone. But Bam was basically convincing the other two Kuna members, like, hey, let's actually get along. You're not prisoners here. Bam has a butler. Because why not?
Yep.
And on Kun's side, practice starts here. Don't be late. Let's get some rest. Of course, They were so worked up that they trained overnight. They are tired. They go to this qualifying round to qualify for the workshop battle, and they pass.
Even though Kun was scared shitless because they're so useless.
Yep.
In his eyes.
Yeah, because he can go to the workshop battle on his own, but he needed them to pass to be on their team.
And we find out realistically he can't even really go on his own because what's her face? The bitch with the eye patch.
Huarun
or whatever. Yeah, Huarun, whatever. Yeah, she's like, she's like, you can't let them know. Now basically you got to play Bam. You can't let them know you're alive. So I'm curious to see what.
So now you have to. Now just like Bam, we have to say you're dead. So Rack is gonna have a fun day when he meets both of them again.
I love Rack.
I know. I was happy they showed him again. Like, good. Like, where was he the whole time?
He's just clearly on a rock meditating.
Yep. It's like I thought he was on Ku's team. Did he just leave his team after Bam died?
Yeah, he kind of just did his own thing.
I guess. Yeah. All right, but looks like he'll be a focus in the next season. So I'm all for that.
It's not a season. It's a core.
I know, but next core, next arc, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I hate this. Yeah.
I know. I gave it a 3.25.
I didn't want to rate it, but I mean, if you're gonna force me to rate it,
I'm like for the halfway point so far. The story so far,
3.5.
I'm hoping the next arc is actually good to make me want to rate it a little bit higher.
Yeah,
because I already got a bunch of multi-cores that are going to be graded until 2025.
That's wild.
I know it is wild. Hold on. How many do we have left? We got 4.
Damn.
All right. Let's start with Elusive Samurai.
Yeah, it was a decent end, I'd say.
A decent end. I liked some stuff. I liked Kojiro. I liked his little thing. He stepped
the fuck up. He stepped the fuck up.
Yeah, he had the best part of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Basically, just putting their plan to action, saving the women and children, while the stronger generals take care of the other one to basically stall them, protect civilians. Because basically, they know they're going to lose their territory, but they don't want to lose lives in the process.
Right.
The small victories.
Right.
Of course, Fubuki, fucking glutton, just passed out. Thought he died. Like, no, he just wanted to fucking eat.
He was hungry.
He's
like someone else that we're going to talk about at the end of the day.
Yeah, to what's that guy's name? Yonemaru, that big Yokozuna fucker.
Yokozuna fucker.
That
poor horse.
Yeah, that poor horse. Of course, while all's going on, Yorishige is just nervous because he's at a distance to predict Toriyuki's future. So, what's going on? People fighting Gemba doing his disguise for the other parts. I actually like even mimicking a voice and size, facial for this one general.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Genji's he's more than just a ninja running and doing smoke bombs. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But with Kojiro, he's getting fucked up.
Pretty badly.
Pretty badly. Like arrow, cut some slashes. So you talk about, like he's technically weak. He still has a lot to learn.
He almost lost an arm.
What?
He almost lost the whole arm.
I know.
Yeah.
And he was willing to accept that.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit. But
yeah, bro.
But he like kind of wakes himself up, snaps out of it. Like, no. I'm gonna get stronger here. It's gonna end here. He sees Fubuki. He's collapsed. Like, oh, weren't you supposed to be here? We're supposed to be there. Like, oh, he's dead. Like, no, I'm not dead. Just need the food. Like, some fucking bean mochi, whatever.
Get where the fuck you're supposed to be.
Go there right now.
Okay.
And I liked his strategy, thinking of, I'm going to decapitate the captain's head. And while he's on this horse, like running after him with this horse, he goes the other way.
You know what would have been cool if they would have had like the Moulin Rouge music, as he's like slowly galloping with sword in hand, and you see the slow motion of him fucking twisting his sword. Oh, I got it right here.
You do it on the air. But of course, it was a psych out to basically give time for the civilians to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And while that's going on, what's that? Mr. Yokozuna Suma fights Kojiro 1-on-1, and fucking Kojiro up in the air with the sword while people are holding him. By the way, holding this fat.
Yeah, because they drug him down. Because they realistically didn't have no opportunity. Like as long as he's on the thing, he has
they couldn't out strengthen him.
Yeah, so they dragged his ass off that poor horse and held him down.
Yeah, and it looked like he decapitated him or like cut his face.
No, he definitely cut his face. Definitely cut his face, and you see it at the end.
It's like caved in type.
I'm surprised. So like when he got the first strike in, he cut him in the neck, and I'm like, oh, he cut his carotid artery. Fantastic. And this motherfucker's like carotid arteries like so blocked with fucking fat that he doesn't fucking die.
Or I guess wasn't deep enough to make it.
Wasn't deep enough, but I mean, even so, like it should have been still like just oozing blood, and it was just like a little scratch by definition. Even if you didn't cut it like all the way, if you cut it here, you're still gonna bleed like a motherfucker.
Right. So who knows what happened there? But Kojiro, he won that fight.
Killed him. Yeah, he killed him. Straight slice, cut his face in half.
And while all that happened, the mission was a success as Tokiyuki and what's that guy's name that wanted to kill everyone, who wants to go to Valhalla. Spiky hair.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name.
Let me check the casting list because he's got to be here. Hoshina.
Hoshina. Okay.
Yeah, Hoshina actually thanks Tokiyuki. Like, actually feels grateful. Like, you know what? I've been all about killing, glory, and all that, but even though I lost, this actually doesn't feel so bad.
This is the first time we've ever lost a battle, and I feel great about it.
Yeah, because no one else had to die. No civilians had to die.
Hey, you lost all your land, but you're alive.
Yeah, and basically live to fight another day.
Yep.
So that was the lesson that he was being taught here. Yorishige basically told the girls, "Hey, the boys won. Party time."
Hey.
And basically, that's the story of the Elusive Warriors, and hopefully it will continue. No season 2 announcement yet.
Well, didn't it say to be continued at the end?
But we didn't get a confirmation of it happening yet.
It'll be inevitable.
Oh yeah, no, this definitely has potential. I gave it a 4.25.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun with it. I do want to see more of the other Elusive Warriors fleshed out.
Sure, and I want to see more of the protagonist, or sorry, antagonist.
Yes, I want to see more about Takeuchi.
Yeah, I also gave it 4.25.
If I saw more of the villain, I probably could have given him an antagonist contender, but the fact he was only there for like 2.5 episodes.
But they were impactful, though.
I'm saying if I had a couple of more, if he did a little by little phase almost every episode to get that sinister fame,
if you would have done like a good piece for half the season, 6 episodes.
Yeah, basically, if you gave him like 5 minutes or so, less than 5 minutes per episode of him doing something.
I don't think I need the whole episode. I think like every 2 or 3 would have been better.
Yeah, I would have wanted a couple of more.
Yeah,
but I had fun. Characters are fun. I do want to see them fleshed out next time.
Agreed.
Action's great.
You think they're gonna time skip?
I would hope not. Even if they do, I could see it maybe being like a few months.
I'd expect like a year, maybe.
I still bet to be like the same age almost, same size.
I wouldn't mind, realistically speaking. I think as a good challenge, maybe if there's a season 3, maybe like I would love to see like, and I don't mean this in any perverted way. I would love to see them through puberty. At least 2 of them, 3 of them aren't even.
But I feel like how it's being sold is like how they are at this age. I don't know. Maybe close, maybe like preteen type of thing. Sure.
Because what, he's 10 or 11, I think right now.
They're like, I think like 10, yeah.
So I mean,
And these kids kill at tennis.
that's the way it was back in the day, bro. That's
Yeah,
the way it is in Africa today.
Yeah,
You can send an 8-year-old out to the safari and fucking let it kill a fucking animal like nothing.
right.
That's the way some civilizations are, dude.
I know. I agree on that, but I was like, goddamn.
Yeah, dude.
Moving on, Wistoria. I said I loved the penultimate. I know you weren't here for me to talk about that. I love that.
Oh, I love the shit out of the penultimate.
The finale, not bad. It was okay.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It's a good setup. That was a good setup.
Yeah.
For season 2.
We'll get to that when we're done. But
yes.
They killed the Grand Duke. Made it where left off. That was like the first 4 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes with DOP. As led up what happened. Grand Duke is down. So because of this leads to a bunch of the other monsters from the other levels to try to go after them.
Mm-hmm.
But they are stopped by Gandalf. I mean, Aaron. The King.
By Albus Dumbledore.
Yes. But yeah, Dumbledore. There we go. Dumbledore.
It's not by Dumbledore. But
yeah. What's it called? Dorgrim and the other guy is basically Hagrid and Snape. So yeah, Dumbledore comes in to save the day.
It's fucking Dumbledore, dude.
Yeah, and one spell, they all disintegrated, vanished.
It was OP as fuck. That was a dope spell.
I don't know. I love his wand though. Like fuck the spell. That wand was.
It's not a wand. That's a staff. With a wand in it.
They called it a wand, but it's like that's a cool thing there.
That's a staff with a wand as a core.
I can't wait for that.
This big beefy old man with little tiny.
I can't wait for Voldemort to break it.
Oh my god! I can't wait for Will to inherit it.
Yeah. I can't wait for that one guy to basically decapitate the Horcrux to end it all.
Oh, you mean the guy that's already decapitated?
Yeah. Yeah, him.
That fucker, yeah. Him.
So all that happens, and then fucking Dumbledore's like, all right, fare thee well. Good job. Go home.
But there was one fellow that talked to Will specifically, and only Will.
What was that girl's name?
It was a guy, and his name was Finn.
Finn Balor?
No Balor. Just Finn.
But Mr. Finn,
yes,
want to learn about this no talents, this no magic.
Yes, the laggard.
Yeah, that's what they're called, the laggards. What's up, my laggards?
That's racist. I'm just kidding.
Yes, to the no powers. Racist to the no powers. Those dirty no powers.
How dare you? Bleep!
But, of course, what's a shonen about a hospital scene after long battles?
Yeah, and it looks just like the one in Harry Potter, too. It looks just like the Great Ward, like the hospital ward. Really does.
They got that, the bandages. Like, hey, how you all doing? Check it up on them.
Yep.
Your typical shonen shit.
Colette's there feeding everybody apples, trying to kill fucking Julius.
Feeding mostly Lihana the apples.
Because she is also a fat ass. What is it with women being fat asses in anime?
Well, and here, like, they don't gain weight, they burn those calories quick.
Well, I understand her because freaking she does magic, so
yeah, she does the lightning magic, yeah.
Sure, that makes some sense.
Yeah, Anna, she's a mystery. I guess her metabolism is way too fast.
Bro. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Well, we're almost there.
I can't wait. You can see it in my face. I
know. I'll let you. I'll let you have Makeine. I'll let you have it. But guess who is not happy with everything?
Shion.
Yeah, fucking Bakugo goes, hey,
fucking Malfoy.
Deku.
Fucking Malfoy.
Yes, Malfoy.
Baku Malfoy.
Kachan Malfoy against Deku powder.
Draco Kachan.
Yes. It's like, hey, fight me. Right now? Right now.
As he jumps out the window and immediately re-breaks his rib.
Probably pull some stitches.
Because literally, he's the only one that's up and about. He's swinging his sword like nothing. And he's like, I've had
Yeah,
worse.
Will's like, all right, I have to train again. I have to train now. He's pulling his inner Asta.
Yeah. By the way, before they did this, they did ask Will. They're like, "What was that power, dude?" And he's like, "My mind went blank. I don't know."
I went Super Saiyan, and here we are.
So they mentioned that they're going to speak to the professors about what that power might have been. Because
Yeah.
even in episode 11, right, they
Yeah.
were saying, they're like, that can't be. No. And obviously the person who threw him the jewel in the first place was his gay roommate.
You see, the whole time I thought Rossi was a verse trap, like it was just secretly a woman.
I would have believed that.
Yeah, no, I did too. I would have believed it too. But hello, Asta, how you doing? Yes, we're gonna have NXT in like about an hour. Actually, in an hour. And I heard the street fight with Wentz and Lee was fantastic. I gotta watch that later.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see that too.
Yeah. Omi Soup. Hello, Omi Soup. What new anime you recommend watching?
New is subjective. Are you talking about
what genre do you like? We can narrow it down from there.
Yeah, and also, are you talking about the ones we're talking about, or are you talking about the ones for
General.
next season that we're going to eventually talk about?
But if you like action, Kaiju 8.
I'm just off the cuff, yeah.
That's a slap. That's just what you call it. Deku and Bakugo, they're fighting. The little thing, Colette's trying to stop them, but of course, fucking Snape.
And Walkner.
Yeah, Snape and Hagrid, like, hey, what are you doing here? They immediately bolted.
Yeah, action.
Okay, yeah, definitely Kaiju 8.
That's a good one.
The
Wistoria.
action here is good if you like magic.
It's Harry Potter meets One Punch Man meets Black Clover. That's all you need to know about Wistoria.
Yeah. Elusive Samurai if you want a little blood.
A little.
There's definitely decapitation. Yeah.
That's bro. You can't decapitate somebody. It's like, oh, it's a little squirt.
Yes. Solo leveling.
We can go on and on.
We could go on. Message us. Let us know what you have seen, and I could probably compile something for you.
What's the one with blood?
Elusive Samurai.
Yep. 10-year-olds decapitating motherfuckers.
Yes. Yeah, and you can watch that on Crunchyroll. The whole season's done, so
have at it.
Binge that. The action's good. Adventure's fun. Definitely comedic at times. Colorful characters.
Not creepy. Creepy at times.
Creepy at times, especially with the villains.
Yes, creepy.
But more or less, yeah, this is kind of where the season ends. Like I said, the new adventure begins. I also gave this a 4.25.
You know,
it's a fun underdog story. I did get tired of the whole everyone doubted him and they all shut up the next episode later. And
I loved it, bro. I really wanted to give this a 5. I really did. Yeah. But I'll settle because I anticipate more great things to happen at 4.75. I love the absolute shit out of a story. This is one of the best recommendations I've gotten from Starman and you in a long time.
Well, you both watched it before I did.
Oh, that's true too. It was just basically Starman. Shout out to Starman.
I have fun.
She's probably ever given me.
But I have fun. I'm definitely looking forward to more. The animation times was very nice. I really liked that last fight, the last actual big fight that mattered.
Incredible.
Some of the characters annoyed me, like Julius, mostly Julius.
He got his comeuppance.
I know, but now they're like, oh, he's kind of a semi. He's good. Now you're telling me he's Vegeta. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, at least he's not a Yamcha. Who's the Yamcha? Shion? Kinda, because fucking Colette likes Will, and Shion likes Colette.
Yeah, so we're gonna get another love triangle, I guess.
No,
Wigdal wasn't bad until he became obnoxious, until he became tolerable again. And Alfaria is she's just there. She's just there, just going gaga over Will. That's really it. That's all she was there for. This powerful new ice mage. Going goo gaga.
Do you think she makes ice dildos?
She fucking better. How she talks about it, she fucking better. For fucking real.
The ice fuck machine.
Yes. But I have fun.
I love this. I absolutely love this. Like I said, I really want to give it a 5, but realistically speaking, in anticipation for what season 2 may bring, which
it's a good start. It's a good start. It's a good build up.
This is a fantastic start. It really is a fan. Honestly, this season 1 for me of this, I don't care. This is better than Black Clover to me. Like through one season. We'll say through one season. I thought it was better.
I respectfully disagree, but I can see why you feel that way.
Just that alone. Will doesn't do that.
No, they'll never top Yabi. I don't care. Fuck that. Yabi claps all of them. Yabi's still the best.
While he's on the shitter.
Yes, he can do it. He can just decapitate him while having diarrhea.
Endless shit.
Yeah. They actually explain why that happens.
Really? And later on in the
season? Yeah.
Oh, well, what is that? Irritable bowel syndrome? Gotta be.
No. It's I think it's something that has something to do with magic. I think if I don't remember, but they do explain it in the future arcs of why this is like that.
I guess we'll laugh or we'll be like, wow.
It's a little fun, but it's like, you know what? Sure, why not?
Fuck it, because he's Yami and he's awesome.
Okay, now moving on. Probably my favorite finale, Nier Automata.
Why isn't this the co-main?
This is the co-main.
You didn't say it was a co-main.
Yeah, this is our co-main.
Yeah. Not my favorite finale, but it's definitely top 3.
Like this was so good from
this is incredible.
9S fighting A2.
Because he's an idiot and didn't fucking detoxify himself like he should have.
Care. Like
he's an idiot.
His emotion expressions felt that much better than in the video games. Like the pain in his voice, how he is feeling, how he's conveying it, while fighting A2, while A2 is in this berserk mode. Does not care. Basically, all life has no more meaning to him anymore because he lost 2B. The only thing that made sense to 9S.
Despite the fact that in every life, 2B still kills him.
What?
But they go over it. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he didn't care. He still would have found a way, but unfortunately, that way to end the cycle was to kill 2B.
Even though he didn't kill her, A2 did.
But she still had to die.
She had to die. You hear that, Autry?
But you're all right with this berserk mode. 9S still get around for while being corrupted.
But I think the corruption gives you power, does it not?
What?
Don't you think the corruption gives them power?
Not really. If it just loses more like yourself, this gets the sanity of it. But you're still trying to keep his composure, but it really didn't last long as A2 cut the corrupted hand off.
But then felt sorry for it. And then, of course, 9S hacked in.
Yeah, basically, A2 didn't want to kill him, just basically try to calm him down.
I mean, why didn't you do that with 2B?
What?
Why didn't she do that with 2B? 2B's like, kill me. She's like, okay.
I think 2B knew that what was happening. She wanted it to stop. She probably could have been saved from the virus that those redheaded twins found her.
The Wheatus.
Yeah. But no, she knew it had to stop. Like she had to die. Like no living. As long as Yorha was still around, this was always going to happen. It was never going to stop. So while A2 goes up to 9S, 9S ain't done yet as he basically gets his one good hand, grabs her in the face, does the hacking.
Yep.
But this is an unsuccessful hack. Also, I like the creepy visual of 9S's damaged face.
Oh yeah, it was. That was good. That was a good visual. And how about Pod? And we'll get to Pod more later.
Yeah, we'll get to Pod.
How about Pod?
No, Pod gets praise. Pod's gonna get all the praise later.
Oh yeah, all the flowers.
Yes. Talk about how that A2 was able to unlock her own hacking type of thing. She was able to try to slowly counteract it while showing the memories of everything.
Yep.
She found out where 9S was in her
Pod
and basically killed him in there.
Yep.
9S is dead. And as 9S died, he said, "Thank you."
Yeah, that was very poetic.
The pain stops.
Yeah, it was very poetic.
The pods, they got him. Basically, trying to figure out if he's still salvageable and all that. And of course,
Barely.
while A2 is still like inside this machine thing, and she sees the red girl, the one that's like basically fucking running everything.
Yeah, the head of
As
the.
A2 was about to basically essentially kill it, it's like, wait,
You
we're
won.
actually going to leave.
We're gonna fuck up another world.
Yep. Basically, they had to back everything up. They lost a lot of comrades. They lost Adam, Eve, Pascal.
By the way, I felt it kind of. One thing I did not like is they brought them all back in like this Star Wars like fucking montage thing. In that sense, like
the
they're
Force
all
Ghost
like
type of thing.
they're all there. I'm like, really?
It's like
Fucking really?
Like basically, we're gonna have a little backup. We're gonna go to a new civilization. Hopefully, something peaceful and all that. But we have no set direction. It's just where we land. We land, so we could be in space for like infinite eternity.
Yeah, forever.
We don't know, but we are willing to take that risk. So hey, why don't you come with us?
Yeah, so you don't just automatically meet your doom, and you got some friends.
Yeah,
yay, friends.
So A2 thinks about it.
Yeah,
and she tells the pods to take 9S somewhere safe.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? This is the end for me. I did my purpose. So she disappears. You hear that beautiful fucking song. It was
a really, really.
They put it in the wrong fucking spot. They didn't play the whole damn thing.
Bro, I still loved it.
I still love it, but like this where it was placed, I didn't like it. But check out the whole thing. There's 3 versions of it: English, Japanese, and French. All of them are fucking fantastic. But yeah, it's called Way of the World. The credits are playing, but there goes rewind.
I lost my shit when that happened.
I was like, hold on.
You saw me. You read it this morning in the chat because you were asleep by last night when I was watching. But like you read this, I was like, yo, the credits, yo.
Yeah, but pod 42 and I think 150.
153.
Yeah, 42 and 153. Before that though, we hear a voice of this saying, "Hey, Project Yohara is over. All pods delete every data from the Yohara units
and blow up."
Yep. So while that is 42 and 150 are like, you know what? Like fuck that. Yeah. I have an idea. I have a query of what we could do.
There's such irony. Before you continue, there is such irony in the fact that 42 was originally 2B's robot.
Yeah.
And then 2B transferred ownership over to A2.
Yeah.
And there's irony in the fact that even though A2, when you really think about it, was the first emotional Yorha that actually harbored legitimate, genuine emotions similar to that of humans, 2B didn't harbor those until the very end, right? Yeah. And it took 2B's death for pod A42 to really begin to realize the gravity of those emotions, coupled with the reports that he was getting from pod 153 about 9S.
Yeah.
And between those and then A2's juxtaposition on everything, he finally was able to fucking come up with his own
and
realizations.
He fought for himself.
And
it says, hey, there is a way to have 2B and 9S alive. If we don't, like, we give them that data, we restore them, we could do that. And then 153 is like, is that going to have the same thing happen over and over again? Yeah. He said it might, but it also might not.
Let's fuck around and find out.
Yeah, like there's that future where it doesn't have to happen. Especially with the end of Yorha happening. So 42 has a 9S, and all the other pods see them.
Specifically starting with pod 500 and some shit.
Yeah, because also 153 is done with them because she's like in the middle. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Do not compute. Do not compute. Yep. Do not compute.
So basically, it's like, hey, so what are you doing with this? Oh, I'm going to take it. Like, well, take his data and go. We're going. I'm not doing this.
Yep, we're running.
Yep, and all the other pods come in saying, you will comply. Like, what?
Guns out.
And well, in my thing that I have learned, I have these 2 words. Suck it. So they're all trying to shoot at this pod. He has a shield up, taking some damage.
Yep.
And basically, he's accepted his fate.
That's hold on. He's got his shields up, but that's not before he uses his giant laser and takes out like 50 of them. Before another like 700 come
153 out. Did that.
No. The first one, the lasers from the 2 like things that come out of the pod. He took out like 10 or 20 of them with that.
Yep.
Then they start shooting after like another 500.
Since he has a shield up, some aren't going through, but the people, the ones behind him, those are going through.
Yeah.
And he's about to accept death. Like, well, I guess it's it. Like,
and then 143 comes,
was that cool?
hacks the satellite, and just nukes them all.
All of them.
Nukes them all. And you see this fucked up like pod, and he's like, I died laughing. He's like, I feel stupid. I was gonna fucking just kill myself. The suicide attack.
153 is like, oh well, you can't do that yet.
He's like, sorry, it took so long to hack the server. It took longer than I thought.
Yeah, and as
it was funny.
Yeah, as the pods put 2B9S down,
they die.
More pods come. No, more pods come.
Right. Yeah, before that. Yeah.
So, like, well, 2 on another 300. So I like these odds.
And they beat them all.
Yeah, 153 was the only one alive this time. And goes taking 42's lifeless body with her.
Yep, drops 42 next to 2B,
and
she dies next to 9S.
Yep, and they were able to complete the transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And nice visual. You see them. 9S wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
2B wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
2B says, "Good morning, Nines."
End series.
Not. It wasn't done.
You
didn't see the after credit.
No, I think I did. I saw the whole thing.
Credits rolled,
and
we see another character, new character on the field. I know her from the prequel game. Her name is Accord. So she was
that's who that was.
Yeah, she wasn't in the Nier Automata game. So, but she is in that lore story. And she repaired A2, even to her original state. Now, whether or not she'll wake up, who knows?
Yeah, because she was. I thought she was dead, and they just had her there.
No, she patched her up. Who knows if her cost is there to wake up? But yeah, she fixed her and disappeared. But obviously no season 2. I do hope they work on the other games. That would be nice. Well, see, I gave us a 4 3/4.
I love this. I can't wait. You know what? I'm gonna read my thing during next week's. I'm gonna read my because bro, I literally went like philosophical in the about writing about the finale. I literally went philosophical with it. So I'm gonna read it to you guys next week on the finale show, the award show. I love this though. This was infinitely better than season 1 for me. This ranks high on my list. I gave this a solid 4.5.
Yeah, no, I very much loved it. I was very happy. They got it right, nicely paced. The emotional of it, like, oh damn,
it was good shit.
Yeah, it was very good shit. So
it was good shit. There was not a single episode that was bad.
Yeah,
not a single.
Like you learned so much from each episode, even though. And we got the actual ending. Yohara is done. 2B and 9S are alive. They can start anew they're on their own.
I'm gonna read you one sentence. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Okay. I gotta read one sentence.
Go ahead.
Let me find it first. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, it might have been that one. Nope. Yeah, this is it. Okay, this is it. Let me see what sentence I want to wear. Okay, here. I'll read this middle part of the sentence. One sentence. The story challenges the boundaries of a limitless future, wrought with destroying the fabric of universal bounds and the roads which were paved by humanity and those which have yet to present themselves paved.
Nice. I like that.
That's just one sentence of this. I'm gonna read the whole thing just because I was bro. There's so like the days with my stepsister one, which I didn't get to talk about last week. I might read that one in its entirety, and it's the longest one, but it deserves it. Instead for my recap, that's what I'm gonna use my 2 or 3 minutes that you're gonna give me on that.
Oh yeah, when you talk about it.
Yeah, when I talk about it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, our main event.
One that was not so good.
Too many losing heroines.
This was by default because we didn't give it.
Yeah, because we had opportunities to close with it, but we didn't. So this is us.
It was our mistake.
Yep, that was our fault. We should have. There were times we definitely should have, but we didn't.
Yep.
Yeah. How we did it this season was all over the place. What we wanted to close with.
It really is. You guys, for the behind the scenes, to pull the curtain back a little bit, right? We always talk about what do we want to close with. Well, what was strong? Well, what haven't we done yet? Well, this is stronger, but we did it already.
And sometimes we say we want to save it, but it turns out it's too late.
Yep.
So it's finally getting a spot because we know it's a big show, so we had to get there somewhere. We were hoping to save it as one of the picks for the awards, but since everything else ended, and the ones that did end, we already talked about as the main event. Too fucking late.
So together from Otalku Cafe, from Matt and I, minasan gomen nasai.
And it'll probably happen again in the future seasons.
Oh God. All right.
It's an original thing after Volume 3.
I forgot that this was an original finale.
Yeah, made by the author. Basically, Anna brought up, the whole fake boyfriend thing. Like, do you have anyone else that could do it?
Gee, I don't know. The guy you've been talking to for the last 9 months, you stupid girl.
So basically, Nukumizu is going to help her.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have helped her. So.
No.
Like, not at all.
I would have told her to go choke on some fucking yakisoba.
She would. Don't test her. She would.
Please.
Yeah, this one ain't going to be long because it's just nonsense.
It's
for the most part. Yeah, Chica and Lemon, they tag along.
The two better girls.
Yeah, I like those two a lot better. But basically, the goal is to take fake pictures and give Anna knowledge of what a mature boyfriend would do on a date.
We'll say this. The one thing I loved about the episode is Komari saying, Shine! Every time fucking this guy did some shit, Nukumizu.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yep. No. Yeah, all the love to Chica. But exactly. So, of course, the glutton she is, all the food. Of course, she had 10,000 yen. The money that she owes him.
He already forgave the debt.
I wouldn't.
Well, he's an idiot, so he did.
Like it's $100 fucking. No.
No,
$10 I'll forget.
No, it is 10,000 because it was like 20. I think it got up to like 36. I think it got up to at one point before he's like, it got down to like, it was like up to 36, then it got down to like 3, and he's like, you know what, fuck it.
I was like, you know what, $10 I'll forgive, 20 maybe if I really like you, but 100 no, 100 you pay me fucking back.
It was 2,700 yen, which is like realistically that's only like $25.
Yeah, but anywho. So using her 10,000 yen money because mature people have a lot of money. They're rich.
Yeah.
And she's been saving this allowance for a long time.
In the end, bro, the pretend boyfriend she crafted is like someone in their 40s. So what kind of sick shit is this that you want a 40-year-old man to be your boyfriend?
Yeah, pretty much. And of course, during all this, Anna had like little flashbacks of the childhood friend that basically fucking bullied this girl.
Good.
Yep. This heartless woman that we'll probably see. If they do a season 2, they're probably going to.
It's an 8 point something on Mal. They got to.
Yeah, and of course, the last thing was a Ferris wheel with Nukumizu and Anna. They talk a bit. It looked like it was a confession, but it really wasn't.
Nope.
But Anna leaned in. Looked like she kissed him, but didn't.
Should have groped her.
Yeah, but basically. Now Anna is aware that Nukumizu is fascinated with her. And of course she's gonna fucking tease him because she's Aqua Junior. That's all she is. She's fucking Aqua, but high schooler.
Well, she's not a whore. Anna's not a whore.
No, she's just an idiot.
Big one.
But they go back to them. Oh, what did you guys do in the Ferris wheel? No, I'll never tell.
I sucked his dick. Did you really? No.
No, really, because we watched you with the binoculars.
Yeah. And by the way, the nurse spying on them.
Check her hard drive. Check the nurse's hard drive.
Yo, even her friend, the best friend, the other teacher, was like, "Would you quit spying on these kids?" And then she's like, "Oh, they're on the Ferris wheel. You mean that one time with your ex-boyfriend?" No, we're not going to talk about that.
No.
That was funny.
I gave it 3.5.
Okay, let me go off for 2 seconds.
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
show started off really, really well. It started off so damn well, right? It started off intriguing. The animation throughout is really superb. The musical composition is fine, right? And it's just every episode after like more or less the midway point, basically after Komari, I think, got like her closure, it just continued to go downhill, bro. Your main girl is someone who only cares about eating. She's the only girl. She got closure first, and she still complains. And she's still like, oh, she's one of the worst main girls in a ROM I've seen in a while. She's up there, bro. Like, she is dog shit, bro. I wasn't a huge fan of Komari. She was infinitely better. Lemon didn't have much shine, really, except for maybe her 2-3 episodes, and she was infinitely better than fucking Anna. Anna sucks. Anna is the worst. And another thing, Nukamizu is the new putz. He's a putz. He's an absolute putz, dude. Like, you talk about being in the friend zone. Like, I understood the friend zone thing. I've been in the friend zone plenty of times with girls. I get it, right? But at some point, you make a move. You say enough is enough. When you start going through all the bullshit that he went through throughout this entire season 1, at some point you say enough is enough. And it's just like, does he not feel anything? Is he just perfectly content? Like, I have no real friends, so I've got these 3 awkward girls, and I guess I'm going to be friends with them, and I'm going to deal with all the bullshit that comes with being friends with those 3 girls. He's a putz. Nukamizu was a putz. I think Nukamizu is a way worse MC than fucking, what's his face that you hated? June. Yeah. How you feel about what's it called? Twins is how I feel about Makeine. The only thing that saved Makeine, the only reason why it's got potential to be in my 13 is because of the animation. Because I thoroughly enjoyed the animation. This story was the fucking shits when it all boiled down to it. Started off great, had intrigue, had some drama, but there was so literally, like, for everything this show did, there were other ROMs that did it better, right? Our 2 gay, not even, I wouldn't say Otokonoko, right? Twilight did the emotional pieces way better. Roshidere did the comedy and the fucking what's it called, and the romance better than this. Indivisible had way better drama than this, had some ecchi as well, right? And had more interesting characters. Even if they're toxic as fuck, they're still better off than the girls in fucking Makeine, right? What else? Days with My Stepsister, which you didn't watch, had way more intrigue, way more emotion, especially after that finale, which I think you mentioned, Chris. Although he hated the show, he did say the finale was pretty fucking good, I think. Did he not?
No, he did.
Yeah. Like, come on. Come on. Garbage. Trash. Kuzu. 3.5. Simply because of the damn animation. And because Lemon is so cute.
Closing thoughts before we get out of here. Hawk Tour. That's just closing thoughts. Hawk Tour.
No. Regardless of me going off there, this is still a really strong season. It really is. Like, it's gonna take a lot for fall to really come up and like beat this season. I think is the number 1 season for me personally. But I think it was a really strong season. When it's all said and done, gotta be like at least like maybe 9. I'm looking at maybe a little less, but I've definitely got 9 in my top 30 this season if we're gonna toward the end of the year. So we'll see, and we'll see how we cut that down. But I'm looking at 9 so far. Yeah, I still loved it. It was a lot of work. This season was a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. No,
it was a lot of work, but it was rewarding in its own way.
All right, guys, with that, the cafe is closed. Next week is our 2-parter with our awards, our top 10, fall watch list, finales of Oshinoko and Atri. the penultimate My Hero Academia, all that and more. You can follow me on Twitter at DamianPhoenix12, on Instagram at HouseHusbandCosplay. Follow Ethan at Showstopper24 on Twitter, and at Anime Daisuke24 on Instagram. Follow Otaku Cafe on Instagram at Otaku Cafe, at Otaku Cafe Anime on Twitter, Otaku Cafe Facebook page. We also have Linktree for whoever listens to your favorite podcasts. If you want just a video replay, we're on YouTube at W2 Network and Jersey Radio. We also want to thank them, along with Chair Shop, for hosting us on their platforms. So follow their social medias at W2Net and at Dirt Sheet Radio and at Chair Shop Media. We want to thank you, Sean, for being our editor. But with that, we'll see you next week for our two-parter. Oyasumi and good night.
I have a new tagline. Minna ikite, which means in Japanese, everyone live on.
Yeah.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap, because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come